Hey guys, welcome back to the layout. Sorry, I haven't done the layout update in a while. Excuse the washing machine in the background and the shakiness here, but figure we go ahead and start a new layout update here. So we'll start with the overview of the layout here again. Some things have changed. Downtown St. John's area here. You can see the track plan, the roads kind of changed, scenery's kind of changed. I've kind of like made my way around the layout again, doing a second scenery update, so it's not like generic anymore. It's getting a little more detailed and fine-tuned and everything. So big notice here. The fascia here to the layout, it's all black, so that kind of helps the layout pop a little bit. I'm just gonna go over here with the little pointer so I don't have to keep looking at my finger. So it kind of helps the layout pop a little bit. I got all the Digitrax controllers in that I need, as well as the throttles and clipboard holders and markers for where locations are on the layout. I'm waiting for tomorrow. I should be getting a car card system for it, so hopefully I get the car card boxes in and the car cards themselves. Got some work I'm doing over here. Finished this up yesterday though. Put some Cyclone, patch this hole here, so once we get the new lights and stuff, you guys will be able to see us a little bit better. But this is just basically a rock wall. So there was a hillside coming down here, trimmed away by the railroad, and it's just the spacing between that goes between the two layouts. So if we go from the 6x8 to the shelf layout over here, and I'll show you that in a second, but we'll go back to this. So all the mile markers are in on the railroad. Put in a culvert here. You guys remember last time probably there was a bridge here. Go ahead and put in culverts. The bridge proved to be a little bit problematic, so it didn't really make much sense either. I don't really see a railroad, so what we decided to do is do like two little ponds kind of thing. Water just flows through them. Jump over here to the dispatcher board. And again, this isn't in place yet, especially where the dispatcher goes and stuff. But we got a system map, so give you guys an idea. All the mileposts are marked as well as the towns. And these little blocks represent trains that can get track warrants to those locations, track warrants that are in effect. So like right now the local here and the extra are running on the trains. Train board of all the trains that run. So and these are Lamoille Valley is 4 trains actually right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. CP rail trains all here, and then an extra train, as well as the space for another train if we want to put another one in, and any notes that goes with the dispatcher. So there's the map and everything. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump over to the grain company here. Now again, if you gotta excuse the floor and everything, I figured that'd be one of the last steps to the layout room. This winter we're gonna get the carpet tiling down here and stuff, so hope you can actually see. We'll show you here too. I'm working on a big building for Poland Green here, so we're putting the roof on here. So it's just strips of paper cut at like 1.5-inch intervals. We got the Poland Green sign, the doors for the boxcars. Again, this is all printed off a computer, so then in the distance, cars blocking anyway. Not a big deal if it's not 3D printed or whatever. It looks really good. So can't debate it. I put in system maps on the railroad. So this is the bottom half, which represents this yard here. Top half represents the area over here off St. John's Very. So you can see the CP main, leads, so Newport lead, all that stuff. All the track numbers. So when you're switching, you get an idea where the track numbers go. Kind of like a real railroad in that sense. You can see the other Digitrax panel over here, the Velcro that I use for the throttles, clipboards. The farm got a little update here too. You guys can see the dirt got put in here correctly. Dirt that I like a little bit more kind of dark as the other stuff, so looks good. I had static grass back here, all the dirt in here, as well as in the farm field, the little bridge. Lamoille Valley, nothing has really changed there. Besides, I got the 7005 done here. That thing's done, as well as the fuel tank. Got the passenger cars, typical. So we'll jump over to North Newport. Realistically, if looking at the layout, this is actually kind of the south side, but it's not a big deal. So we added yard limit signs here. So we have a nice big stretch for the yard switcher, as well as the grain company. One thing I added here, you guys can see black fascia again. The CP rail markers for labeling the yards and the industries and stuff like that. We added a piggyback. I wouldn't say terminal. This isn't really a terminal. It's more of just like a stop. So like an express train for the piggyback service. So this is the extra train that we added. So it gets run by D&H. This is like a fictional train that runs from East Deerfield to Newport. So it was definitely something that happened, but not something that happened a lot, and it wasn't really like a daily train. So we decided to, I didn't really know what to do over here, so we decided to do that. So this occupies one track, and then you can see down there that's the offload ramp and stuff over there. The grain company's still the same. I got the second silo built. Some roof details were added to the silos. Still got to do the piping to the silos and the grain car, conveyor, and a lot of other stuff. So that's done. The chute for the trucks is done. We'll park a truck under there that's getting loaded. The tractor trailer parking lot's done. We're working a little bit more in this area for scenery. Move out. You guys can see the grass is all added. Now the grass is paintbrush bristles, actually, guys. So you can get paintbrush bristles, any Home Depot, whatever. It's like $9 for like 10 of them, I think, something like that. I just cut them up and throw them down. You don't have to do a lot of them, but they can go a long way, especially if you're kind of sparingly with the scenery. You only put grass where you really need it and stuff like that. So that's all done pretty much. We got to finish up some little touches of scenery here, there. New coat of water is put down here. So we're still working on that. This is the new section here, guys. If you can see, this is actually a section right here. Goes across there. So we left a little gap there in the track. We still got to fill that in. You can see the hill up here, the bridge. Take a look at the bridge. So the bridge is all custom weathered. So this is actually a textured spray paint. Sprayed it on, chiseled it away, make it look like cracks and potholes and stuff. So it's an old, looks like an old beat up Vermont type of bridge. We got some highway markers, the highway striped. Bridge is all beaten, weathered up. So I think it came out great. Got some old railroad poles we're gonna put in here too. So I gotta still put the cross arms on. This one in particular with the wire in between, so make it look like, you know, that was just left there. So you guys can see there. This what I ended up having to do is, this used to be a kind of flat and straightened out and stuff, so I chipped it away and we're just gonna repatch the scenery there. As well as we got a mile marker sign here, all the correct mile markers. So you can see there, a little path the guys could walk through to go fishing or whatever. Some abandoned trackage, some weeds growing out of the trackage, you guys can see. So there's just one piece that has rail still, the rest of it's all just abandoned ties. As well as you can see the tie loads, just like a weather up the tiles on the ties. The little road here, kind of trying to hide it. Not that they did like a spectacular job or anything. I still got to add lighting and everything over here. I figured this would see the scenery and stuff done. Go from there. We got a stop sign here, as well as a CP rail sign here when you enter the yard. All the nice little hill that'll be here, covered in trees again. Still got to add the backdrops and stuff, but that's something that you can definitely do later on. These layouts are very movable, so it's not like it's a big deal for me. So track plan wise, you guys can take a look here. This is how the tracks are laid out. This is the north side of the layout here. So you can see the main, Poland grain spur, all the tracks labeled, switches are marked, Newport Yard. So that's the track plan. You know, this is where you just work the bridge. There's a runaround, all the spur tracks, engine terminal tracks. So take a look at it overhead here. That's what you've got. So it's enough that I can store all my cars and staging. You know, the left track, pretty much the two far left tracks are pretty much the north and southbound trains, and then to the right is just propane car storage. Because I have a lot of propane cars. So locomotive storage, sanding tower. Again, this is still very much in the works. So I don't think it's like anywhere close to done really. But last 4 months or so, I've pretty much done all of this scenery from here, connected, built these sections of layout, and put them all together. So, you know, just been busy with that, and slowly getting progress. So, I mean, it looks really good, guys. I think, you know, I think that once it's all done, it'll be definitely a lot better. But you guys can see the progress from here on out. It looks really good, and I think that think I'll be very pleased with it in the end. So slowly working on that, getting operations going. You know, I mean, I'm a one-man show doing all this, and it's not a super huge layout, but it's enough that it can be a pain. So anyway, guys, I just want to give you guys a quick update and see what, you know, just let you guys know I'm still here and doing some stuff. And for anybody that wants any questions or anything, especially when I model, I'll give you just a quick rundown on that. I modeled the Lamoille Valley Canadian Pacific operation between St. Johnsbury and Newport, Vermont. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I'll let you guys know what happens here in the future, and hopefully some updates to come. All right, see you guys later.